very sorry. I really am unable to discuss the incident or to give you any further details.
But can we see him? Help him in any way?
Anthony has been segregated and he will require legal representation.
Tell him we love him and we'll do anything we can. Thank you very much.
I'll tell him personally.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly.
Goodbye.
Oh, just hold him outside. We're still waiting for Mr. Malahide.
We've still not been able to trace the dead man's mother.
She's only relative.
No, I'm also trying to contact her sister. Also, Howard Webster's due to be released. You wanted to see him before he went.
Oh, God, yes. Mr. Brinkley, do you understand that you've been put on report and why? Come in, Mr. Malahide.
Yes, ma'am. Charges are lending an item to an unauthorised person, my radio. But as Barry was needing it for his exam...
Do you plead guilty or not guilty to the charge?
Guilty, but with mitigations.
Would you explain your actions?
Well, yes, I've been trying to explain. You see, Barry Simpkins is doing his Open University exam, and he wanted to record a programme, so he asked if he could borrow my radio. So that's how it all came about, and that is the entire truth. I have created because I think I have been unjustly punished. But that said, I apologise and promise never to do such a terrible thing again. If I get my radio back, I will never lend it to nobody, never again.
Would you read his wing report, please?
Brinkley is currently serving a 7-year sentence. He has been placed on report a previous 245 times, spaced over 6 years.
For what reasons?
Mostly for fighting with other inmates.
Mr. Brinkley, I do not think that being put on report 245 times is anything to smile about. Your punishment will be the confiscation of your radio for 4 months. You'll also be charged £3.50.
You fascist bitch!
Get him out!
I'd rather die and let you bastards keep my radio! It's mine! The radio's my personal property! You shit governor! Nazi bitch! I'll kill you!
I'm very sorry, Miss Hewitt.
You know, James, sometimes it is necessary to bend the rules, just slightly.
I meant about Colin Foster.
Oh, well, yes, we're all very sorry about that, but thank you.
Howard Webster's still waiting.
Good luck.
Don't want to see you back, okay?
Well, I hope we don't see you again unless it's on TV breaking a track record. Have you someone meeting you?
My wife and my mother are already waiting.
Well, I won't hold things up. Good luck, Howard.
Thank you.
Got nothing to see you, Kelly. You tell that bulldog I'm on hunger strike.
Could you shut him up, please?
I'll kill her! I'll kill her!
Shut up!
Her brothers, sisters. I'll burn her ass down. I'll fix the brakes on her car. Screw you,
Tell him if he
Nazi
starts
bitch.
eating and
Give me
eating
my
properly so there is no
radio back.
further problem to us, he can have his radio back.
Nothing until I get my radio.
Shut it now, Walter! Shut up!
I will starve to death and that Hitler bitch will be brought to justice. I have no right to take my private property. I explained to her that
Anthony, I've spoken to your parents.
Shut it, Walter. You can have your radio back. All you've got to do is eat.
Anthony, would you look at me?
You told them.
Of course. They had to be informed.
Tell Sandra. I suppose I'll have to tell Sandra. I don't want her upset. She's my girlfriend. My fiancée.
They'll be here tomorrow if you need anything. Cigarettes?
No, I don't smoke, thank you.
So you don't want anything?
What's going to happen to me?
That'll be for the courts to decide.
But I didn't do anything.
Then you've nothing to worry about.
That's bad enough. Walter Brinkley is now demanding fish and chips and mushy peas.
Oh, I will kill him! I will get his stool in and I'll strangle him!
Shh! What?
Colin Foster's mother. Shut up.
Does she know he's dead? I'm so very sorry, Mrs. Foster. There will be a full-scale inquiry into the tragedy, which sadly makes it very difficult for me to give you any details.
I was at my sister's. It's such a long way to come each month, so I break the journey. That's why I wasn't at home. Was it his asthma? He's always suffered with it since he was a toddler.
No, Mrs. Foster, it wasn't asthma.
I know you weren't on duty at the time of the hanging, and since both myself and the operational director were viewing the prison, the responsibility is equally shared. But you do understand, as governor in charge, the overall responsibility is yours.
Yes, I understand.
All 4 prisoners will remain segregated at Barfield until the trial, which could be anything up to 6 months.
So we'll remain open then, do we?
I've eaten my dinner last night. I asked for kippers for breakfast this morning.
Good. You've returned to Searing, and I don't want to hear another word about this radio now. Is that understood?
Yes, Governor. Thank you very much for being fair and square with me.
Move him out.